If you're like me, you got all sorts of stuff hidden behind the TV and a bunch of clutter. And at some point, your wife or significant other might go ahead and request that you go ahead and clean it up. So that's what today's video is going to be about. I'm going to go ahead and shoot a time lapse on this. Since I'm going to do it anyways, I might as well shoot a video about it. Also, if you're new to the channel, I release every Tuesday Tech Support Tuesday videos, and on Fridays I release more in-depth videos that are typically technical in nature as well, just about tech things. Let's get started. So here is everything that you can see right underneath the television. It's kind of a mess. And getting up and closer, you can see there is a computer that bred behind the TV. And cables that bred behind the TV as well too. It happens every time. Now to do this, I'm going to use the vacuum cleaner behind the TV to clean up everything. But first, what we want to do is go ahead and remove any of the large items. So like in this case, a keyboard and flower pot and stuff, to go ahead and make it a little bit easier to work behind here and start cleaning up all the unnecessary cables, or go ahead and at least use some cable management ties and get it all cleaned up so it looks a lot better. So I'm going to start disconnecting stuff from the TV. Depending on your configuration, you might want to go ahead and label what is what. Like if you're disconnecting, say like HDMI 1 to side or whatever, just in case, so that way when you're plugging stuff back in, that you have everything plugged back into the port or interface that it was originally connected to begin with. So back here I've got a computer that bred in my house. I got a couple uninterruptible power supplies, a NAS. I also got a switch right here and my Synology DS918 Plus NAS. Also, I have a dedicated Plex server in addition to what runs on the NAS. In a future video, I'll go over some of the reasonings behind why I have two Plex servers instead of just relying on the one that runs on the NAS, but I'll cover that later. So, first I'm going to go ahead and start unplugging things. I will not unplug the NAS. I will actually shut it down properly before disconnecting it, and then I'll also go ahead and clean that out as well since I'm taking everything out of here. Now that I've properly shut down the NAS, I'm going to go ahead and start unplugging it. I already disconnected the Ethernet cable as well as my modified Ethernet adapter from the front USB port. Just very carefully disconnect that. And here is the UPS USB cable, so it tells it whenever, if the power were to go out, it will notify it to be able to automatically shut it down. Now I'll go ahead and put this someplace safe. Alright, and then just continue to disconnect and unravel everything. Let's get this organized. Here is a webcam that I honestly can't remember the last time that I actually used it. I'm not sure if I can get it to work on the NVIDIA Shield or not, but maybe that'll be a project for another day. This is the power adapter for the Synology NAS, so I'm going to go ahead and put that with the NAS. Here is one of the computers that bred in my house. Yeah, I know. There we go. so now that I got most everything cleaned out from behind the TV that isn't in use anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start tying up some of the cables and tidying it up, and then I'll go ahead and clean up my NAS and blow it out and put everything back. And as you can see back here, it is definitely a lot less clutter and a lot less dust. And then now I also have some ports that are freed up because of some items that were plugged in but not actually going to anything. Alright, so from behind the TV I went ahead and took out my NAS. This computer, which is one that kind of bred back there and turned into an arcade, I went ahead and pulled that out. It's got a solid state drive and a power supply and a way to hotwire it. And then here's all of the cables that bred behind there as well. Alright, so as you can see, back here, I cleaned out a lot of the mess and tidied it up a little bit here. A lot better than it was before. And then coming back over to the Shield TV, now it is just the only thing in the center of where the television is at, without the computer and other things behind there. So it's definitely an improvement over what it was previously. So drop a comment down below if you would have done things a little bit differently, and I will catch you in the next one.